Hi, I'm Dariana. I'm International Studies Manager here at the SMK College of Applied Sciences. It is a very important chapter in your life when you need to select where you would like to study, and especially if you're choosing from the studies abroad options, it might be very complicated and overwhelming. So I'm here today to answer some of those questions and to have a little bit of a discussion what you can expect from the studies here and from the studies in Lithuania in general. Yes, you can already apply, and you can do so at apply.smk.lt until 1st of July. If you do not manage to do it until 1st of July, do not worry, we still have a spring intake, which you can start applying from the 2nd of July. I would always recommend checking the full list of the documents on the apply.smk.lt website, but the basic documents are your school documents, everything that you receive from your school and from the examinations, as well as the English language test. We have different requirements for the English language test, like IELTS and TOEFL. Or, of course, you can pass an English test in SMK if you do not have any other language tests ready already. And you would need your passport, and you would need to check the documents which you would require for the temporary residence permit application. So you apply on the admission website for the international students. It is apply.smk.lt. There you can also find most frequently asked questions and, of course, answers to them and more details regarding the whole process. It is quite an easy process for such an important process. So you would start from creating your application and checking if you have all the required documents and if your documents correspond to all the SMK requirements. And you can always have a consultation with us. You can register for the free online consultation at our website, and we can discuss with you what kind of documents you need and what are the specific requirements for your country or for your specific case. And after you do so you submit your application at the admission website and you pay the application fee. After your application fee is paid, in about 5 working days, we will contact you and we will invite you for the motivational interview. And motivational interviews happen usually 2-3 weeks from the date when you have paid the application fee. And after motivational interview, it's just a few days for us to review your documents to check if everything is correct. And after a few days after motivational interview, you can expect a response from us with the results of your admission. So yes, and after you receive your happy admission, so then you can start preparing for the TRP and applying all the documents, and then you just arrive here to Lithuania. TRP is temporary residence permit. From the recent times, students need to receive temporary residence permits instead of visas. So the process is kind of similar, but it is a bit different because instead of going to the Lithuanian embassies, you go to the VFS centers in the nearby countries, but they are not limited by which country you can go to. So, for example, if there is VFS in Turkey, anybody can apply there too. After TRP, of course, arrive here and be happy, study with us. I hope I have answered most frequently asked questions, but of course, if you have more, feel free to message us to admission@smk.lt or book a free online consultation. And right now, I would like to invite Mehmet Recai Uygur, a teacher here in SMK, to talk about the lectures and about the study processes and about the atmosphere, and Arvydas Šarnauskas, who is a Lithuanian student here in SMK, and he is representative of International Student Network, and he's going to tell how the studies are going and what you can expect from them. All right, so the first one would be to Mehmet, and you came to Lithuania from Turkey, and you have successfully built your career and life. So what would you recommend for the students? How would you recommend to choose the country and to choose the studies, and what would be your advice?
Thank you, Dariana. I would like to say Lithuania is a country that actually nobody knows very well about. It's a small country, it's a cold country, and mainly we can all agree that everybody wants to go some other sunny places, some other countries that their name is more famous, like Germany, like Finland, United States, United Kingdom. But it has been 3 years I am here, and according to my observation, as I see, Lithuania, because of these cases that nobody is thinking about, it stayed untouched. And despite its weather, the education level in Lithuania is rising very rapidly, and it's the integration with the nature. It makes it much more attractive. And one other important fact I want to mention for the student is that Lithuania is also giving the opportunity of cheap education. For example, if whenever you choose in United Kingdom and go, you spend your entire budget only on education. But the life is not only about education. Education is integrated with other aspects as well. So whenever you come to this kind of countries such as Lithuania, you find these opportunities as well. Education is not only inside the class, but also the outside. It is integrated with the culture. And Lithuania also is a small country, and whenever you come here, you feel the sense of a community. And this, as I mentioned before, that I mentioned the climate, that it is cold, this kind of issue make it much more warm. To be warm, not because of the sun, but because of the people and small communities. So I suggest them to come here and seeking the opportunity with all financial opportunity, with very kind people, and the high expectation that we are giving them, and we promote them and we prepare them. That's what I can say about Lithuania, and that's what actually attracted me to come here.
So Arvydas, maybe you could share from your experience, what do you like about studies in SMK, and just maybe about Lithuania too? I mean,
for me, a few things would be like, number one would be the community. We have a really diverse community of students, which come from different cultural backgrounds, you know. People are coming from Europe, also they're coming from outside of Europe. So for me, it is really nice to see like this really diverse environment where you can see like a lot of different people. You can meet a lot of different people, you know.
And you were in the Lithuanian group, yeah?
Yeah. I was at the beginning. Yeah, at the beginning I was in the Lithuanian group, but I decided to change, you know, to the international one, because you know it's a more diverse environment there. And and the second thing would be for me teachers. I really like the teachers here because you can communicate with them like really openly. You know, the communication is really open. Let's say Mr. Mehmet here, he's my teacher. I have lectures with him, and I can count him as my friend as well.
After that, we can go and drink tea.
Yeah. You know, you can hang out together. We can grab a coffee. So I really like that. And third would be modern environment. The buildings here in the SMK, they're new. You feel, you know, comfortable. Even music is always playing here, you know, when you're walking out of the class. So that is also like a really nice aspect, you know. So yeah.
All right, thank you. And Mehmet, what do other students say? Like, what about international students? What kind of feedback do you hear from them?
Regarding SMK?
Yeah, like how do they like their studies? How do they adjust?
Actually, they talk a lot. They start to, you know, spread the voice to not only inside Lithuania, but to their home country. It is not unusual thing to see when one of our students coming here and graduating from here, and they go back home and they bring their sister, they bring their brothers, the one they most love. They invite them to the SMK. They want us to take care of them because they already see that in which way we are approaching to them, what kind of education we are delivering to them, and this is the sign of that they are satisfied already, not by word, but by practices they are implementing. And they compare SMK with other institutions, of course. As Arvydas mentioned, as a Lithuanian, we hear this also from the international students as well. They are in love with the sense of a community in here. Thanks to our international student network also. They are doing a lot of great job.
What would you say, how many different countries there are like represented here? How diverse is the class?
Classes are very diverse. We have majority from Asia. We have students from Pakistan, from Singapore, from Egypt, from Turkey. We have some numbers from Europe. Of course, European Union countries. We have from India. The population of India is rising nowadays. And as I see, with this diversity, the quality is also rising because all mentality of the students, depending on their country, where they're coming from, are changing.
And they exchange the practices too, I believe.
Exactly, they exchange the practices. Some of them are serious, some of them not, but they influence each other, and they find the best way how to integrate it in these classes and how to integrate it in the everyday life of the Lithuania. So far, actually, I'm very happy about the diversity of SMK that they have in international community, and I believe it is going to rise to not only I didn't mention Africa. Also, we have really remarkable numbers that come from Africa too. So I believe that we are going to rise the number of the European Union also.
And Arvydas, how would you say, how does it reflect for you, the diversity of the class? So how's the atmosphere for you to study here?
For me, it's amazing, actually. Everybody is very friendly. You get a lot of group projects, which kind of brings you together with the people you don't know. Even the teachers are also like pushing you to try to work with new people that you don't know by assigning group project for you. You get to work together, study together, you know, you go out together to cafes, you go out together to clubs, you know, I can say as well. You can do a lot of stuff here with the people, which I find really amazing, and the atmosphere here for me is, it's friendly, you know, and even the SMK slogan says "Ce gera," which translates to "it feels good to be here," you know.
So does it?
It does, yeah.
Great. So when the students come here, they for sure have a lot of questions and maybe some lost in some different subjects because they have different backgrounds, right? And in some countries, there are different divisions on the studies. So in case students need some additional consultations or some advice from you, so how accessible the teachers are outside of the classroom?
Dariana, we are sharing our Instagram with them. We are sharing our WhatsApp private number with them. We are sharing our other accounts. We don't care. To me, a consultation that student needs can be based on some research, based on their thesis or subject, or they are not sure what's going to be tomorrow's subject. To me, this kind of concerns is similar as a patient that's seeking for a medical doctor for emergency situation. And we need to be accessible. That's why Arvydas will approve that, and other students will approve that. They can very easily access us, and that's give them high confidence and comfortable zone. They create comfortable zone for them.
And then maybe you could also lift up a curtain of the secret for us and tell us a bit more of how do you do your lectures? What happens during the study process, and what is your favorite way to teach?
Yeah, my lectures, I don't use PowerPoints, and I really love to create interactive environment and speak to them face to face. The first part of my lectures generally it's about delivering some theoretical aspect to give them necessary information that's they require, and then the environment is changing into interactive way, and they start to discuss to each other. And in the second part, I mainly stay silent and I'm watching them, how they are discussing. We're implementing Socratic method, asking the question, getting the answer. From that answer, creating another question, and receiving another answer and creating another question. And with this communication, by implementing Socratic method, we perform our communication with rhetoric of Aristotle. And we saw outcomes, yeah? We implement the class simulation, United Nations General Assembly. Each student choose different countries, and we gave them some country that named X. The name of our country was Animal Farm, yeah? Yeah. And there was some situation in Animal Farm, and United Nations General Assembly should decide if they are going to send peace forces or not. And they enjoyed it. They were discussing. Their voice become much more stronger. The argument become much more stronger. And we took this ability from there, this result, and we implemented it in the debate. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I don't remember what. Last week. Yeah. More than 120 students participated in the debate in SMK, and you witnessed it, how their voice were strong, how they were using their body languages, and all information they're receiving from our communication psychology classes, intercultural communication classes, and public speaking.
Yeah, it was amazing to see them all interact, from video production to programming to the business students, and it was very great to see how even students uncover their talents of also public speaking when you would not expect from somebody. So it's great to see.
It is always important not what you have but how you present it.
Yeah.
So that's we are trying to give them the ability to present it. You can present the most useless things as the most precious thing in life. It depends on how you approach the people. And we try to give them this ability.
All right, and since we started speaking about debates, so Arvydas, maybe you could tell us a bit more about what happens here in SMK and what kind of events we have here for international students, or maybe for international and Lithuanian students.
You mean more like annual events?
Yeah, like what does International Student Network do to help them out?
I would mainly maybe talk about the International Student Network and what it organizes. So what we organize. So we mainly focus on kind of allowing new people, newcomers, to integrate better with the environment of SMK. So we organize a lot of different events. They're happening monthly. We have events like Cultural Evening, for example, where we invite students from different countries to present their country in front of other students.
And they cook very good.
Yeah. Also they cook their traditional food. Yeah. They bring it for everybody to try, which is also nice. I think you get to know like new countries better, and then we also have a lot of different events. Like we have picnics. We have
organizing travels.
Yeah, also
to
we
other
have
countries.
Travels like to Klaipėda. During the introduction week, we also have a trip to Trakai to visit the Trakai Castle. We tried traditional dishes. We do a lot of stuff actually here, and it's happening regularly every month. Events are always changing. It could be bowling, it could be, as I said, cultural evenings. It's always changing, always happening something new.
What advice would you give to the students that consider to study or not to study in SMK? Do you think they will adjust? So what would be your advice?
Just come and study at SMK. There is a lot of young people, and a lot of people are speaking English here also. The language barrier is minimal. We have great traditional food. We have a lot of places to see. We have good nightlife if you like to go out. And yeah, we have a lot of interesting stuff happening here.
And Mehmet, what would you say? What would you advise? What kind of students should come here, and what should they expect?
All of them should come here. Everyone can find something interesting in this place. We are not same, after all, and the education starts in the nature. Education starts in the nature, and when we look at the past history, people were learning before receiving some theoretical aspect. They were learning how life skill, and for this we need the nature, and Lithuania has this. And today, in the modern life, some countries also start to implement it. They can find whatever they want. If they are enjoying the nature, they can find it. If they are the one who want to socialize, they can find it. If the one that wants to be really into academic environment, they can find it. We provide this to them. And they of course, they are going to implement this in a small community. We feel to be in some kind of small community. We want to be a part of some group, creating some identity. We know from the Maslow needs of pyramid, yeah? After the basic needs, we need to feel belong to somewhere. And in general, Lithuania, and specifically SMK is providing this.
All right, and what tips would you give for the upcoming students?
What do you mean?
Like, should they prepare something in advance? Should they learn economics somewhere in the night?
Yeah,
and study
of course.
hard?
They should take a look at the map of Lithuania, for example. Most of them are concerning about what's going on around the world. The world is not throwing with easy things nowadays, and there's a war, there's pandemics that has gone, but still threatening us, and economic crisis, of course. And whenever they imagine Lithuania and their position, it gives them some kind of fear. But they should know first in the advance that Lithuania is a safe place, both internationally and locally. The population is very small, and so far it has been 3 years I haven't heard any criminal actions, the really serious thing. They should be aware about this. They should again take a look at the location of Lithuania and find out the beauty of it. Lithuania is really in a unique place, and it gives the opportunity to connect both the north and the southern part. They should look at the economic also. They should take a look at the accommodation opportunities, the diversity of the food that they can find out here. For some people, this is important. They want to go and find out that if they can find something that they can enjoy, because food makes us happy. Our Pakistani and Indian students start to launching restaurants. They are already implementing mixed culturing into real life as well.
Have you been to any?
Yeah, some of our students invited when they lunch. In the first day, we went there and we show our support. This is also business motivation. And they should check the universities, take a look at the professors. We are here. I am a foreigner and I am enjoying it here. They will not receiving education only from Lithuanian, which is good to receiving from Lithuanian, but they will receiving from some professor who has international mentality as well, who coming from abroad and know how to survive in here and know how to make them prepare also. So they should, without thinking, they should come.
Thank you so much for watching this video. We invite you to also check out our website, smk.lt, and also apply.smk.lt. So this is the main website and admission website. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to write to us or to contact us or to book a free consultation with us. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Arvydas. See you outside.
See you outside.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, guys.